In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
I've been talking back and forth with my brothers. I forgot to say good morning, everyone, in the comments, so I'm doing that now. So hold on one second. There you go. Okay, so here is Toledo Bend this morning. Yeah, we're going to talk about the scattered storms today. We're going to talk about, let's see, get moving again. We're going to talk about the scattered storms. We're going to talk about a front that's going to kind of make a close push toward our area. And we're also going, there we go. And we're also going to talk about that tropical potential out over the northeastern Gulf. And at this point, I'm not worried locally. I'm not really worried for anyone. I'm more concerned that there's going to be rain. A lot of rain along the coast, but I want to hammer this point home. If you're going to the beach, it's not like it's going to be raining 24 hours a day. You're going to have a lot of dry time, but you're going to see some doozies of thunderstorms out there, and it should not be something that makes you cancel your trip. I want to definitely mention that. I know a lot of that's been going around. A lot of rain, but not nothing too crazy. Looking clear and delicious this morning around here. We have some haze here on the Alexandria skyline. Got the cars just flowing by. It's July 1st, guys. School's going to be back in session before you know it, and I hate to bring that to you kids, but yeah, and I don't think many kids are watching, but I hate to bring that to you teachers because it's happening. Now, a case in point on these storms here over the Gulf right now, we're not seeing anything inland for the most part. So this morning here on the beach, it's great. Now, there's tons of heavy rain, good lightning show way out there offshore, especially at night. You can see that stuff. We've got moisture pumping up through Texas. We're kind of in between. There's a little bit of an anticyclone, a little bit of an upper level high overhead that's been keeping us a little more protected from rain lately. And today, we're actually going to see that possibly settle in from the north as a front moves in. So there's a lot of moving parts here. Let's get into it. Low to mid 80s right now, 84 degrees Alexandria. No heat alerts, so that's good news for you. Dew points are a little bit lower, and that's part of the story, and part of why I kind of think we're probably not going to see that tropical system come together. I'll show you why. Future wind gusts here over the area today from the west at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Yeah, we could get a few storms to pop down south, but look at this. Up north, that's where it looks like we'll see some storms as a frontal boundary settles down toward around I-20. You get up into Arkansas, low to mid 60s dew points. It's not bad. I mean, July, really, it could be a lot worse than it is down here. We're in the low to mid 70s on our dew points. But here is your latest future track from the HRRR model. As we step through that, you see those thunderstorms down south, but here's that line coming together up north, and I think by about 6 p.m. we'll start to see some of these settle into our area, and as this continues to sag southward, we get a few showers, a few storms, nothing too out of the ordinary here, but again, possibly some gusty winds. Severe threat does nudge into our northeastern parishes, especially Catahoula and Concordia. There is that marginal risk, so it's not impossible that we see a severe thunderstorm out of this in the area for today. Going through and liking these comments now. Look at that multitasking for you. So getting into what's going on with this tropical system, or this potential tropical system, we have a 30% chance of development on this. This is the GFS model showing that there is that cluster of thunderstorms out there. That's going to be continuing to just kind of churn for the next several days. But notice this, it kind of starts to evaporate on this model. Why is it doing that? Well, basically that front that I'm talking about with those lower dew points, that drier air, less moisture in the air, not good for potential tropical development. So that's going to push right down toward the coast, and that's actually going to maybe, as that gets ingested into the system, it's going to help to choke it off. And hopefully that's what happens here. So we have plenty of moisture. You know, you look at that big body of water. It's not always just a big blob of moisture aloft. So as that entrains some of that drier air that's moving over the northern Gulf, the hope is, and what this model is seeing here, is there's just scattered showers and storms. And again, as I said, beach vacations, yeah, it's not ideal, but you're not going to see anything too off the wall with this. So low to mid 90s today, scattered storms in the forecast, about 30 to 40% coverage on that. There is the area we're watching. I really lean toward this being more over Florida and into that northeastern Gulf area. 30%, we are up from 20 to 30% on this, and you can see here that the IR satellite, the infrared, showing those thunderstorms really firing up today. But to the north of that, not a lot going on. There's that front coming in from the north. You can see that northerly flow coming around that little anticyclone, and that's just the opposite of a cyclone. So as opposed to it spinning this way, anticyclone. It's going clockwise, and that is going to keep things shoving in from the north today. So we could again see those few storms coming in from along I-20 and moving down this way. There's a beefy system there over the Pacific. That's going to continue to move away from the coast there and keep us, I mean, we've got a whole landmass in between us there. So there's the moisture pooling, northern Gulf. There's that moisture left over from Barry. That's not going to be a problem, but that is pushing some moisture up into Texas, and they're seeing those additional showers and storms. And you can see that moisture does cross over from the east to the west side, from the Atlantic to the Gulf side there. So there is plenty of moisture in place, but what I'm thinking right now is that dry air is going to win out. It's going to get into the system. It's going to weaken it enough or slow development enough to where we most likely won't see something. Now, there is still that 30% chance for development, so we're going to keep an eye on it. Tom and I will be on the case, of course. And through Monday here, scattered showers up this way. Out into East Texas, it looks pretty dry, and then as you get from New Orleans to the east, it looks pretty wet. But we've even backed these totals down a bit from Gulf Shores into Pensacola, looking more like 1 to 3 inches. Again, totally doable to get down and still do your beach trip. There's going to be a lot of heavy rain offshore, but there will be more. It's going to rain plenty right on the beaches, but it's not going to rain continuously. So don't freak out. Keep that trip. I know 4th of July. I know tons of people are traveling. I know there are a lot of outdoor plans with this stuff. Locally, it's looking great. Mid-90s, 96 degrees. I'm talking more about the Florida beaches than here, but that's because it's pretty boring and typical here. Scattered storms Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday through Saturday look really dry, and then it looks like we probably get back into at least some sort of rain in the forecast by around Monday. Above normal temperatures, but look at this. It's nice to see the country not completely embroiled in red here from July 9th to July 15th. Some of the hottest times of the year right now from July through August. And to get any sort of break for anyone, I mean, let's go to the UP. I don't know what below normal up there is this time of year, but it's got to be comfortable. And then we have that above normal precip, and that's mainly lined up with any sort of potential tropical development, or even if it doesn't get a name, this is something that we'll watch because it could bring us some more moisture, and we could see some more showers and storms, and that's kind of why we see those rain chances popping up by around Monday. So there is no need to fret over this this system locally at this point. Again, I'm going to Grand Isle on Monday. I'm not worried. I'm not canceling anything, which I know if there was if it was up to like a category 2, I'd probably still go, but I probably wouldn't be able to fish, and that would be a problem. But I don't think we're going to see that, so I shouldn't even say those words because that's not going to happen. All right, I'm going to get out of here for today. I hope you have a great Tuesday. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning, and yeah, go out and do something awesome today. See you tomorrow.